All right, so welcome everyone to Intro to Europe Express. My name is Linda Mosquera. I am with Team Sunset and I am a silver travel agent. I've been with the business for over a year now. Hopefully I'll see some of you at convention this year. And we're going to get started with Europe Express. So Europe Express has been in business since 1990. You can go to the About page to see most of the information, but they've been in business since 1990, and their goal is to be the #1 wholesaler for the European destinations. So if you do not have access to Europe Express, I've gone to the advisor login page and gone under not registered, and then you hit advisor and then go through filling in the information. So of course, you're going to need the IATA number as you do for most of the suppliers. You're going to need the agency name. You can put your agency name right here, first name, last name, email, and of course, address, all the information for you yourself. Okay, they're going to associate your bookings with Archer when you input the IATA number. Once you have an account created, I'm going to go ahead and log in. This is what your homepage looks like. So what I like about Europe Express is that they not only do the destination bookings, such as your hotel or maybe your sightseeing tours, but they do everything. So you can get flights booked through them, the whole package, flights, tours, your transfers, transfers for your transfers from the airport to the hotel to airport. If you're doing a multiple destination, they will also do your rail tickets. So if you have them going on multiple destinations, for example, I had a client that went from Barcelona to Venice to Florence to Rome. They will take care of all of that. So they can do the train, they can do flights as well, interconnecting flights as well. So you can do it all through Europe Express. One thing that I will note is that they've had an influx of reservation requests and quote requests. So they're kind of shorthanded right now. Previously, it's been taking up to 7 days to get a quote response, but they just sent out an email. I'm going to share that email. Where is it? So here is an important update that was just sent out yesterday by the CEO for Europe Express, noting that they've just added 76 new agents to their business, and they're trying to now make quote requests down to approximately 3 days, and their goal is to get it down to 24-hour response time. So one tip that I do, once you get a request response from an agent at Europe Express, if they use if they make a response with their personal, meaning their personal business email, I go to that person from then on. I had a really good agent that I was working with, and then she decided to switch companies. So I lost her, and now it's been kind of hectic bouncing around agents. But Europe Express is really, really good at providing you an all-around package for any European destination. So this is just a quick, like I said, a quick note that the CEO sent out saying that they're working on getting their quote request responses up to date and getting them to be made quicker. So this is the efficient ways to submit for a quote request. They also have their 1-800 number that you can call. I've had better luck calling the number and getting a quicker response. Previously, I was on hold for up to an hour. Today, I had to call them to talk about a current reservation, and I was on hold for maybe 5 to 10 minutes. So it's a lot quicker for sure. There was also another email that went out. Upcoming holidays, so they do close for the holidays. So if you have any issues, they provide some information, but you're going to have to make sure that you're taking care of your client prior to a holiday, because Europe Express does close for certain holidays. So I know that their office is based out of Bothell, Washington. So they are here in the States as well, but they deal with Europe. The good thing about Europe Express as well is that they deal with travel agents only. That's the only people that they deal with. So they specifically work with travel advisors in creating packages and itineraries for you to be able to book your clients. So now I'm going to go back to the page. So there's various ways for you to create a quote. You can start creating it individually on here if you so choose to, by selecting if you want a single destination, multiple destination. If you select multiple, you can go up to 5. If you need anything more than that, you would have to contact EuropeExpress for some assistance. You can select if you want air and hotel, sightseeing, transfers, cars, etc. Do between double and a twin room, and of course your return. You can also submit a custom quote request, which is here you're going to have vetted your client, because the questions that are asked on here is what's the budget, what are you looking for. They have a downloaded questionnaire, which I'll open up so you can see kind of the stuff that they're asking for, all of the pertinent information that you would need to know before you start working with the client. Sign up as agent, yes, not as agent, not as the agency. So here's for fit. Fit is for your individual quotes. Okay, so I'm going to go back to the home page. Oh, it's going to make me sign in. So again, you can do your fit travel requests by doing it on the main page via here. You can also look at some of their packages that they have already created. So these are the different locations that they go to, okay, across Europe. I had a client ask about United Kingdom. So these are already pre-made packages. So if you were to hit explore now, it's going to give you the basic information of what's going on. Oh, wait, I clicked on the wrong one. Hold on. Suggested itineraries is the one that provides you the information. So here are some United Kingdom suggested itineraries. So if I was to click on this London and Paris 7 days, I can hit view full itinerary. It's going to tell you the highlights and what's included for this trip. So basically all the different details of what's included for this trip. And then if you really wanted to actually book it, you would go under packages, United Kingdom, and then select the ones that are on here. These that are on here, if you can see the dates. So for example, on this one, I already went into it earlier and it doesn't give me the select the date. So that means that there's something going on with this trip that you're going to have to reach out to EuropeExpress to actually build it for you. If I go back and I click on this one actually has the dates. So if I wanted to book a trip right now for September, I could put September 4th and go through the process of actually selecting every single item and actually creating a booking. You can create a booking and it'll get held in their system for, I believe, up to 90 days. I believe it's 90 days that they'll hold it for you. If you need an it's 30 days. If you need an extension, more than 30 days for a quote to be held, you would need to call EuropeExpress and request that extension. But you can create a quote on here and you have 30 days to actually book it. When you create a quote, that does not guarantee the prices. So you have to reiterate that to your client. The sooner they can get back to you saying, yep, the price is good, I want it, the sooner you can actually make sure that those prices are available and that the hotels are available. With my current booking that I just created for a client that leaves on June 20th, the hotel in Rome that we had originally requested, by the time EuropeExpress reached out to the hotel to actually confirm the booking, the hotel was fully booked. So we had to switch to a different hotel. In the terms and conditions of the quote request, EuropeExpress puts that information on there. And then you can transpose. What I do is when I get a quote from EuropeExpress, I transpose that information onto a quote form that I create with my company information. And basically, I'm just copying and pasting. Maybe I'll provide a little bit more details about the hotel, what's included, what's offered. But most of that's basically all that I change. I'm just transposing, so that way I'm the one that's providing the information and not EuropeExpress. The only time that I forward anything from EuropeExpress is once the booking is already created and I forward the actual travel documents, because a lot of the times that'll include their vouchers for any tours that they use or for any rail services that they use. They need the voucher to confirm their hotel. So all of that I do forward to the client. But I also input that I use Travelify for my trips creations, and that way they have that information in multiple locations, and then they can reach out to me if there's an issue. But again, when you're creating a booking on here, if it has the dates available, you can go through and actually complete the booking. When you click on the hotel, it'll give you information about that hotel, where it's located, a quick little map. So you can actually go through and select what kind of hotel your client wants. So these, as you can see, are included with the price that's already originally put on here, and these add an extra $200. Most European hotels will have either a twin or a double. You won't see anything that says king or queen. Most hotels stick to these type of bedding. So make sure that if you're requesting something for more than 2 people, you reiterate that to your client. For example, I requested for my client that's currently going to Europe in June, I got a triple room, meaning that there's a double bed and there's a twin bed in there, since I'm going to have 3 people in there. So this is one way to do it. Like I said, you have, so this is already a pre-made trip that's already on here. You have the one where you create it yourself on the homepage, or you have the custom quote that you can submit the information, what the travel dates are, what airport they're trying to go through, basic information of what your client is looking for, and then you can have an agent with EuropeExpress create that for you. This is what EuropeExpress sent to me for one of my client currently that's going in June. So again, they provide you all the basic information, and all of this information, I transpose it onto an itinerary that's created by me. So I'm going to share with you what mine looks like of what I sent my clients. Again, I have a Canva account, I have the Pro account, and that's what I use to create any itineraries or any quotes. I got to look for it because it's been a minute. I booked this a while ago, back in December. That was another one. I think it's this one. Yeah, this is 3-day locations. So again, I used the photo that came in the email, as you can see. Here's the basic information of everything that was included. So the travel info, what they booked. I'm gonna make this a little bit larger so you can see. I provide that it's an 11-day trip, what's included in the hotel, in the reservation, hotel standards of what they booked, city hotel taxes, because this is not included in the reservation. So I make sure I share that with them. Talk about any terms and conditions, passenger information that, they need to make sure that everything is spelled correctly. And then I go into putting the information for the hotel. So this client booked their flights separately themselves. So I just made a note of that, of when they booked their flights. But when you go through EuropeExpress, because flights were booked separately, they will request for that information. So that way they know when they need to schedule, let's say the airport pickup, the transfer, to be able to pick up your client. So this is at the hotel suite, what was included. So this is actually already the actual itinerary, all the information. I try to highlight all the information. And then here's where I go in and I snap pictures from the hotel and put it on here. So that way they get kind of a basic idea of what to expect from the hotel. So that was one. This is in Florence, their hotel in Florence. And then this is the hotel in Rome. So they're doing 3 stops. So all of this information, traveling internationally, important detailing regarding air travel, that's all put on here. Passport, visas, hazardous materials, like all of that is put on here. And then I just send this as a PDF to the client. And now they have all of the information available. This document right here, which is the travel documents, you'll receive it. So this was June 20th. I booked this back in December. EuropeExpress will usually send out these documents usually between 14 to 21 days prior to the actual travel date. This is the only document that I actually send to the client because it contains the actual vouchers. So here's the service voucher. Another one will say a hotel voucher. So this actually has their names and their information, all the details pertaining to this reservation that they're going to need to present in order to show proof of their reservations. So this is the only document that I forward in regards as far as EuropeExpress. So that's pertaining to what to expect from EuropeExpress when it comes to your reservations. If you want to look at resources, under the resources tab, they have flyers. They even have webinars. I clicked on that, but I actually already had it open elsewhere right here. So here are webinars readily available for you to watch on a monthly basis. And as you can see, they provide up to 3 months in advance of what's coming up. The intro to Europe Express, it's provided every single month. So if you can see, you can scroll down through the bottom down here, Europe Express 101. If you're new and you want to learn more about how to navigate Europe Express, there is a readily available recording on here once you have access to be able to look at. They also talk about how to itinerary plan, promotions, favorite destinations, you name it, they have it covered on here. You also have your city guides that gets included, educational programs, and information when it comes to passports, visas, and airport taxes. If you want to do a group travel, you can do a group travel on here. Same process for the individual travels. You follow with group travel. They also have a tab where it talks about travel insurance. Europe Express will provide you information as far as travel insurance when you do your booking. If you don't automatically state to have it included, they send you an email. Even if, let's say, I booked this in December, the clients didn't want insurance at the beginning of the trip, Europe Express will send you a follow-up email about a month or two prior to the actual travel date, sending you a quote saying, hey, here's a quote for your clients in case they want to book your insurance, or if they haven't already done so, give us a call. And then you can forward that information to your client just as a reminder, letting them know, hey, you still have this option available to you. So Europe Express is very, very good at providing follow-up information and also providing you guidance on how to make sure that your client is well taken care of during their travel. Again, they have flyers on here that you can also share. So reasons to use a travel advisor, questions that qualify, managing air issues. They even have pre and post cruises. So if you have anyone that's flying out of anywhere in Europe, you can do a pre and post cruise reservation on here. And then they have a tipping guide for when it comes to Europe that you can include as part of your documents that you're sending your client as well. So I'm going to click one of these so you can see what their flyers look like. So here is talking about Czechia, basic information, but at the very bottom, this is a PDF file. You can include your information on here. So you can forward this along and share it with via email to any potential clients that you can have on your email listing of clients. So that way you can show that you have access to these types of locations. Does anyone have any questions? I'm not going to open up. Okay, Joanna, go ahead and type your question in the chat box. I'm not going to open up the actual reservation page because I don't want to share my client's personal information. But when you click on here on my reservations, it'll note each individual reservation that you have requested or that you've made on your page. When you click on the reservation number, you'll be able to access the details of what's already included in the reservation. You'll also be able to, every now and then, Europe Express will ask for information. So for example, because my clients booked their flight separately, on the reservation, Europe Express was requesting me to enter the flight information for the transfers. So you have to put, like, for example, the flight information, the airline and the flight number. So that way Europe Express can go in there, look at when that flight is supposed to land, and then they can schedule the transfer of when they're supposed to expect to have a airport pickup. On there as well, you can make your payments. So your very initial payment, the deposit has to be made in full. If you want it split, you would have to call Europe Express and request that service to be done that way. With my clients split the cost of this trip 3 ways. So Europe Express holds that and takes care of it via the phone. So that's what I was able to do with this client. So they are able to split after the deposit is made with whatever cards you want, but you might need assistance with getting that done with by calling them directly and having a Europe Express agent assist you with that. So again, you have the home page where you can create it directly on here, start designing a custom vacation. You can go to fit and do a custom quote request if you know if you've already vetted your client and you have their budget, their locations, their dates, all of that information. You can use that form, or you can go to the packages by destinations to make sure that you get a quote that has the dates on here and just start selecting the items that you want included and you want to offer your client. So that's a different way to be able to create it as well. So those are your 3 options for creating a quote. You can also contact them directly. I'll go to the About and the contact page. Here's a quick little video to learn more about EuropeExpress. It talks about their information, all of their awards that they've won. And then here's the times of when they're available. So they, like I said, they are located in Bothell, Washington, here in the Pacific Northwest. So their times for being available are going to be according to the Pacific time. Does anyone have any questions? Oh, what is Fit? So those are your individual travels. Your foreign independent travelers. So there's Fit and then there's Group. So Fit is when you're just doing like a one person, or if you're doing like a couple, or like for me, it was mom and daughter, plus there's the mom's sister. So I don't do groups unless it's more than, you know, you're talking about 8 to 10 to bigger. How can we subscribe to EuropeExpress? So once you sign up with them, you will start getting emails from them. Trust me. Once you become an associated agent and you have an account with them, you will start getting emails. Here are all my emails from EuropeExpress. So you definitely get emails about what they have to offer, different locations from them. How do you sign up? Okay, so let me sign out. I'm going to log out. You can go by going over here to advisor login and then not registered. Once you hit not registered, you're going to hit advisor agent. You're going to need the IATA number. Okay, you're going to need the IATA number, and then you're going to need to enter this information for yourself. It will take 24 to 48 hours for you to get approved. But once you're approved, you have immediate access. And if you ever forget your password, which mine has occasionally messed up and I fat finger something, you hit forgot password, make sure that you use the email that you signed up with, and you get an immediate you get an email immediately within 5 to 10 minutes. Here's if you want to join the newsletter. And again, there's plenty of tutorials on here that you can watch to be able to show you how to use EuropeExpress. Any questions, concerns? Right on the front page, they have their FAM rates for travel advisors as well, so make sure you check those out. Here's the travel planning page. Talks about you know, what they're going through right now in 2023. So to help mitigate the delays, they give you an email that you can send, you can call them, or you can create a custom request online. And then here it is. So it was 30 days. I was saying longer, but this is 30 days. They store your quote request for 30 days. There's no charge. And like I said earlier, if your client needs a little bit longer to think about if they're going to go through with that quote request, you can request an extension by giving them a call, but you got to reiterate to your client, whatever price is on that quote, it is not guaranteed until it's booked. They provide information for the embassies and then a little bit of information with the airlines that they deal with. All right, if no one has any questions, that's it for EuropeExpress. It's really a great resource to have when you're dealing with the European industry, the travel destinations out there. So make sure you sign up and you take advantage of everything that they have to offer. Thank you for joining me.